You are the most important, most unique, most special person to ever exist. I hate that feeling when I watch a movie that I really like, but my friend doesn't like it. What I hate even more is when I watch a movie and I defend it. They just say, wasn't really that good. Like go into more detail. Or even worse, when they don't even give it a chance. Like, bro, just give One Piece a try. Already gotten off track. I've already gotten off track. Have you ever got that feeling of walking out of the cinema, happy smiles, filled with joy over the cinema you have just experienced, only to learn that the general public didn't really mess with the movie? Yeah, it sucks. And then you think to yourself, what was wrong with the movie? What did you miss? Or even worse, you ask yourself, what's wrong with you? Come here, okay? Listen. Do not worry, okay? You're not alone. You do not have to feel down in the dumpster for this, okay? Listen, okay? Your opinion matters. Whether you believe a movie is good or bad, it's ultimately up to you. Because, you're the one watching it, so art is subjective. It's up to you to determine if you think that movie is good or bad. There are some movies I thought were good, especially just after watching it. I thought, wow, that was amazing. But alas, the general populace did not mess with it. A Quiet Place Day One. I really like this movie. Now, I will say, when I first viewed it, I wasn't quite caught up with The Quiet Place. When I watched it 2 years ago, I had only seen the first movie, Quiet Place Part 1. But I think in my case, it was fine. Like, I think the movie works as a standalone, in fact. As in, it doesn't require an individual to watch A Quiet Place Part 1 or 2 to understand and enjoy the film. This can be further evidenced by my viewing and my friend's viewing. Yes, we watched it as a group. BT dubs, how I even watched this movie was a bit of a trip. I don't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday, but I got a call in the morning. It was like 9 a.m. By the way, I am not a morning person. And what I hear on the phone is something adjacent to the likes of, yo, we outside. Lo and behold, there they are, outside parked on the side of the road. They patiently waited like 20 minutes for me to get ready, showered, got my clothes, yada yada yada. And we went to the city and we watched a movie. It was the four of us, and we had a blast watching the movie. We had a lot of fun. And whilst watching the movie, we had all agreed that if anything happened to the cat, we're leaving the cinema. Now, the movie itself, like I said, I enjoyed it. My friends enjoyed it. We all liked it. I was on the edge of my seat, when they had those tense moments. I think they really brought the A game. I had a lot of fun with this movie. Now, when it comes to those tense moments, getting me scared, it's kind of a low bar for me, because I get scared easily. I don't really watch scary movies. I didn't actually know what we were going to watch until we were there. Now for the criticisms. The criticisms themselves. I gotta say, I can kind of understand why people dislike the movie. The title itself, sort of a misdirect. At least that's what people on the internet felt. And the way they introduce the characters to figure out how to defend or hide themselves against the, I believe the fan name is Death Angels. We'll just call them aliens. The way they did that was seen as lazy. I guess I can agree it was pretty lazy. They had flying helicopters going over the city, just telling people the secret on how to survive the apocalypse, hide themselves from these super hearing aliens. Instead, and I think this is what other people would have preferred, they kind of figure out the hard way, trial and error, like what makes these aliens tick, and then someone smart's like, oh, I get it, they're hunting us because they can hear us or something like that. And the title being a misdirect, Day One. I guess with the title like that, people were expecting maybe some kind of origin story for the aliens themselves, or at least some new information about them. I agree that would have been very interesting to learn and watch. Another criticism I saw was this was like sort of like a light version or like a copy of the A Quiet Place Part 1, the first movie made. But I would disagree. There are a lot of different factors separating this movie from A Quiet Place Part 1. First off, setting is different. It's in a city environment. It's in New York City. I know that place the back of my head. Played Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, way too much. So yeah, the setting's different. It's in a city compared to Quiet Place Part 1, which is in a like a forest or urban environment. And the characters themselves have very different personalities. And it's 3 characters. And yes, I'm including the cat. It's not a family dynamic like A Quiet Place Part 1. It's 2 strangers getting together plus a cat trying to get out of the city or achieve their goals. I understand. I do see some of these criticisms as valid. But even after rewatching it, I still really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think the movie is a great movie. I think the movie, yeah, it's great, and I'm correct. But if you think the movie is bad, then you are also correct. It all comes down to personally what you see the movie as. That determines whether or not you think the movie is good or bad. It's an art form. Art is subjective. It comes down to your personal viewing experience of the movie. Your opinion matters. If not to another, then most definitely yourself. You are the most important, most unique, most special person to ever exist. Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, I have a soft spot for Star Wars. Except the sequels. Always had since I was a kid. I could go on for hours just talking about Star Wars. So I'm gonna catch myself before I lose myself in my vast knowledge of the Star Wars lore. So when this movie came out, I watched it with my brother in cinemas. We were especially hyped up for this film because for the past couple of months beforehand, we had been playing the heck out of Star Wars Battlefront 2. We were obsessed with it. Still kind of are waiting for the announcement of Battlefront 3. So yeah, before going to this film, we were in a pretty good mood. We watched the movie. We loved it. The spoiler alerts, by the way. The Kessel Run, Darth Maul, the cast, the performances. Oh, magnifique. The casting for young Lando, the casting for young Han Solo. They've done such a fantastic job for capturing a younger look towards these legacy characters. The movie itself, it's a heist film, but it primarily focuses on Han Solo, and we get a deeper insight into Han Solo, despite having a caring heart, the heart of a hero, someone who will step in to save the day, put his life on the line and stuff like that. Despite that, he has a hard time trusting people. Now, I understand why this movie was seen as meh for a Star Wars film. I see the criticisms, especially when it came to its box office. It was kind of lacking for a Star Wars movie. If I were to simplify my experience for this movie, it was a very fun adventure, and for me, fun is one of my favorite things. The movie was very fun, and in my books, when I have fun with the film, I think it's a great film. Jurassic Park 2 and 3. I'm not gonna lie, they're not the best of films. Not even close. There are so many obvious flaws, like you don't have to go psychoanalysis on it. It will just throw it in your face. I know that, and I agree. They're not really that great of a movie. But you know what? I still like the movie nevertheless. If you don't know, I am a sucker for dinosaurs. In fact, during primary school, I had like a phase, man, where I would pretend to be a velociraptor. I would bite people and try to mimic that velociraptor cry in that was very popular in the movies. I mean, looking back, super cringe, by the way. That was super cringe of me. But I do know that Kid Me was having the time of his life, pretending to be a velociraptor. Hell, I even for some time wanted to be a paleontologist. My parents disapproved, but, that would have been pretty cool, me studying fossils. Maybe in another life. I had this desire just this one day to just go be involved in a trivia, and the topic is dinosaurs. Now I'm no expert, but put me in your team. I have value when it comes to that stuff. Just a little bit, but I know I know a few things about dinosaurs. I just love seeing dinosaurs up on the big screen. T-Rexes, Velociraptors, Utahraptors, Spinosauruses, Brontosauruses, Pachycephalosaurus, Nundasuchus, whatever the dinosaur. I love seeing them being brought to life. This doesn't just apply to those two movies, it also applies to the Jurassic World movies. The second, the third, and even the recent one, the Jurassic World Rebirth. I enjoyed them all. I get the dislike towards them, especially the newest one, with the whole B plot or B team not needing to exist to further the plot. Well, I mean, what can I say? I'm a bit of a sucker for dinosaurs. Whether a movie is generalized as bad, it should not dictate what you feel towards that movie. The decision ultimately comes down to what you feel towards your viewing experience of the film, of this art form. And when I say art form, I'm talking about all kinds of art: ballet, opera, ice skating, all forms of art. How you feel towards an art piece, how it makes you feel, that is unique to you. Maybe someone close to you doesn't agree with how or whether this movie is good or not. That's okay. Just remember your opinion matters. If not to another, then most definitely yourself. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Those are just some movies that I like, but weren't exactly well received by the general populace. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and have a good one. I didn't realize how passionate I get towards this. I used to argue with my heart and soul towards people who would disagree with me on what movies or TV shows are good. But that is just so cringe. I actually hated that I did that. So I'll stand for anyone who are having their opinion towards a media they hold close to them being talked down. Take the Star Wars sequels. I don't like them, but if someone liked them, I want to dismiss them. Their opinions are still valid. If you don't agree and are a really stubborn person, then at the very least acknowledge.